We spend billions on meditation apps seeking calm, yet beneath the surface, the invisible pressure of modern life continues to splinter our focus. There is a gap between our rituals and our results. Chanting mantras in the morning while living without discipline for the rest of the day is like trying to install a heavy marble roof on a house with no support beams. The effort doesn't stabilize the structure, it hastens the collapse. Mental stability operates on a strict internal ledger. Inner peace is balanced by the tangible inputs of daily behavior. This system requires two currencies: niyam, a fixed routine, and dharma, ethical integrity. Together, these gears provide the torque to keep the mind from wandering. Without these, the mind has no anchor. No amount of mindfulness can compensate for a life lived without a schedule or a conscience. To control the mind, you must first control the clock. It starts with a non-negotiable decision to rise at the same moment every day, specifically at 4 a.m., regardless of how the body feels. When the schedule is fixed, the mind learns to follow. But when we wake up at 4 one day and 7 the next, we are training the mind to believe that our impulses, not our intentions, are in charge. This rigid routine creates a container. It is the baseline of stability that must exist before any prayer, meditation, or work can take effect. If you don't give the mind a structure to live within, it will default to a state of aimless movement. Without the boundaries of a timeline, the day inevitably dissolves. However, even a perfect morning routine is canceled out the moment you engage in professional dishonesty. If a lawyer knowingly helps a guilty person escape justice just to secure a high fee, they have made a trade. The money enters the bank, but the morning's spiritual progress is wiped clean by the weight of that deception. Every act of bribery or exploitation carries a cost that a rosary cannot pay off. The internal ledger records the harm caused to others, and that record outweighs the minutes spent in prayer. Spiritual practice is not a license to act unethically during the day. It is meant to provide the strength to do the opposite, to fulfill your duty even when a shortcut is more profitable. Unethical wealth functions as a toxic asset. When a seller adulterates milk or pushes counterfeit medicine to increase a margin, they are extracting profit through the physical harm of another person. Money earned through suffering does not lose that history once it enters your home. The knowledge of harm distorts your judgment, and the stress of lies leaks into your relationships. Built on anxiety and deceit, this wealth produces those same qualities in your household. The profit is high, but the cost to peace is higher. Compare this to the person who earns honestly. They may only have enough for a simple meal of bread and salt, but because that meal wasn't taken from anyone else, they can eat it with a clear heart and sleep without fear. We think we are just spending money, but we are actually living out the consequences of how we earned it. The method of acquisition dictates the state of the mind. Every life eventually faces a final accounting, a moment where the metrics we use to judge ourselves, like titles and net worth, suddenly lose their utility. Material success offers a fragile security. A multi-million-dollar car is a symbol of power, until a sudden accident turns that same luxury into a cage of steel and fire. In that final moment, your bank balance, your properties, and your social standing are left behind. They belong to the world, and they stay with the world. As physical assets reach the end of the timeline, they hit a hard limit. Only the record of your actions, the integrity with which you lived, carries any value beyond this point. This audit doesn't require witnesses or evidence. The truth of how you treated others and whether you fulfilled your duty is already etched into your character. True mental control isn't found in a retreat or an app. It is found in the quiet discipline of a morning routine, the refusal to take what isn't yours, and the commitment to a life where your actions match your prayers.